Hi everyone, welcome back to E-commerce Success by Ad360, the channel that makes business owners happy, productive, and successful. Today we're going to review a post on Reddit from a business owner asking why they're getting a lot of store traffic but little sales. They kindly shared some stats, so we're going to review the numbers. We're going to try and identify the source of the issue. And we're going to review their website and hopefully give a few valuable tips that can increase their sales. If you like these videos, please smash the like button, put a comment below and subscribe. Each of these little actions will only take you a second, but they will make a massive difference for us. They will help us grow this channel, get these videos viewed by more people, so that we can help as many business owners as possible. This video is brought to you by Ad360. Ad360 is the easiest way to increase your sales on Shopify. It's an app that manages all your ads in one place and helps you implement retargeting, which is the most efficient way of advertise and to bring back customers to your store. Okay, more on that at the end of the video. Now let's jump right into it. So this is the post on the Review My Shopify subreddit titled High Sessions, Low Sales. So a friend and the poster, Raider2711, started a Shopify dropshipping store. And they have a lot of store traffic, but little sales. So first thing is, congrats on getting started with your friend. That's wonderful. Wish you a lot of success. And you're already seeing sales, so that's great. A lot of the businesses I review on Shopify sometimes post when they have no sales whatsoever, even after spending quite a lot of money on ads, so you're already getting sales, so that's great. Now let's try and see what we can do to improve that amount of sales. So these are the stats. So 1,000 sessions, 25 add to carts, 23 reach checkout, and 7 sales. Okay, so what can we say? Let's start by the end. So we made the video the other day on average conversion rates in the e-commerce industry. So depending on different verticals, different products, we reviewed different figures, but in average, the conversion rate online for e-commerce businesses in the US should be around 2%. So there is indeed a problem because 2% of 1,000 sessions should mean about 20 sales. So you should be getting 3 times more sales if you were the average business. Now, where's the problem? It's not actually the add to cart to sales ratio, contrary to what you might be thinking, because you're asking what can we do to convert those rich checkouts into sales? What are we missing? What you're missing is this is not the problem. You actually have not a bad rate of conversion from the add to cart. What we saw the other day in this video, and you'll find the link in the description below, we looked at a number of studies, we looked at different figures, average metrics for the industry. We saw that the average abandoned cart rate is about 75% for e-commerce businesses. That means that 3 out of 4 persons leaves the website even after they put a product in their cart. So your situation is actually quite normal. It's actually better than average because with 7 out of 25, you have 4 times 7, so 28% conversion rate from the add to cart, which is better than the average. So it's quite good, and your number of rich checkouts from add to cart is quite good as well. So that's not actually the problem. The problem is you have too few add to carts. What we saw in that study is the average add to cart ratio should be about somewhere between 4 and 8%. So out of 1,000 sessions, you should have gotten 40 to 80 add to carts. That's the problem. So the problem is not what happens after that, as counterintuitive as it may seem. It's actually not a bad number you're getting here, but I will still give you a few tips at the end of the video on how you can improve that rate. I'll give you 2 different ways that you could improve and even double your sales by improving that add to cart conversion rate. But the real problem is this percentage of add to cart. So now let's review the website and let's see if there's something that we can help you with. So the first thing I noticed is that you're missing a favicon. This is a pet peeve of mine. I see many businesses with no favicon, and I've read a lot of studies that say that you might be losing about 17% of your sales just because of that. Because a missing favicon means there's something wrong with the website. People often associate that with a website which might be technically buggy or not safe, or the people behind the website are not technical experts, so they're less confident about leaving their credit card or their debit card details on such a website. And so there's proven statistics about that. I made the whole video on that point, which was called the number one red flag to avoid to not lose sales, and that was making sure you have a working favicon. The favicon is this top left corner icon you have on your browser, like Reddit. You see this the orange alien head, so you're missing this here. Okay, the second thing I can say is, this image is nice, but doesn't really represent a lot of your products. We don't really understand what you're doing from these two images. So now it's a matter of personal taste and whatnot. I made a lot of videos in the last few days and week about website design and usual best practices, and the most successful websites I've reviewed use a more descriptive image where you understand right away what you're selling. So here, both the image, which is quite generic, and the title, Unique Luxury, doesn't really tell us what you're selling. So it's a bit puzzling already. Then below you have this product. Okay, so if you're making sales, it means you're looking for that. So I'm not here to judge the product, or I don't really have an opinion about that. So that's not my product sourcing, and is not really my specialty. So I won't be commenting on that. But what I can say is a few things. First, it's quite strange to have only these two featured products, and then the reviews is fine, and then nothing else. So if I'm here and none of these two products convinced me, the most likely scenario is I'm going to leave the website if I reach this point here. So I go to the bottom, which is coming quite quickly. One product websites or websites with few products like this usually have a lot more information in the homepage. So I made a video about that last week, showing how you can modify, update the themes on Shopify to add more information on the homepage, such as a mission statement, what your brand stands for, who you are, presenting your team, a backstory. If you don't really have a lot to share on that front, just explain more how you chose these products, what they mean to you. You can have more testimonials, success stories, customer stories that are more detailed. You can highlight something like, for every purchase we're donating $1 to charity or something like that. So you have a lot of things you can do to expand on the content, give more context, and give more reasons for people to care about your business, your brand, and your products. The other thing which is really puzzling is the first time I looked at the website, I thought there were only two products. And because there's nothing else on the homepage, there's no call to action, there's no prompt to visit a product collection or gallery of products or whatever. And I had to come back up and or look at the header to see that you have a catalog with more products. You definitely don't want to rely on people actually noticing there is a catalog in your header and clicking here to explore the different products. Otherwise, I'd be curious to see how much of your sales are coming from, how much of your add to cart are coming from these two products compared to the other products on the website. I think you may have a minority, if not no products coming from the catalog, just because it's so hard to navigate. So you should definitely, below the reviews, I think you should put at the minimum a call to action, so a button saying explore our catalog. Or you could have, what I see often is to make a more visual content. You can have two big images, like two rectangles here, with one image which represents clothing and one for home enhancements. And so with the title on the image and the button on the image, so that when people click on the image, they are redirected to that section, to that collection of products. You absolutely need to do that. Otherwise, if you're willing to share, I'd be curious to see how many sessions you have on these pages compared to the homepage. I think it's very few. I think very few people are actually navigating to your catalog. So that's the first thing you can do. If you show that you have more content, more substance, people that come here and that are not convinced by either of these two products, they might be, they might like another one of your products. So you're going to increase the likelihood that they find a product which suits them, and so you're going to improve the cart to rate percentage. The other thing which I've seen a lot of businesses do is add two buttons. So you have add to cart and you have buy now, especially for these websites, where I'm not sure how likely people are to, add to cart this one and then add this one and then add another product. They're not really related to each other, right? There's no, unless I'm missing something, I don't think there's any link whatsoever between the products. So it's not like, it's a gardening website and you're buying seeds and tools and gloves and so, like, I don't know how likely that is. So I think the buy now button, what you're losing out is the ability for people to add more stuff to their cart. But I'd be curious to see what's the percentage of people's cart which have multiple products. If that percentage is low, this opportunity cost is going to be way overshadowed by the added conversion rate of having a buy it now button, which makes it less friction to buy the product. So I don't take my word for it. Just give it a try, do some A/B tests, see if it converts more. If it does, keep it. If it doesn't, remove it. But in my experience, that could be helpful. Okay, the next thing I want to discuss is, so there are a few technical issues. You see this at the bottom of the website. This, like the favicon, is also a red flag. So you have this stuff. It's the first time I see this on Shopify. So this is coming from a formatting problem in your HTML code. So there's something wrong. So, and the first time I'm seeing this on Shopify ever. So I think it might be some custom code that you added, which is buggy and it's not very confidence inspiring. So you should definitely fix that. And these might be small details, but if you lose some sales because of that, lose some sales because of the favicon, lose some sales because you don't have a clear hero complex. We call that sometimes the hero complex, the first image and title, which clearly says what you're selling. All of these things add up, and you're losing conversions and you're losing add to carts there because of these little details. The next thing I wanted to discuss with you is the page speed and the page performance. So on desktop, it's actually okay, although the the speed and the largest contentful pane. So this is the first time we have a full picture of what's going on the website. You see, it takes a few seconds before we can actually have everything. So the image, the title, and the description. This is not so great. So these metrics on the right are green, but these two are orange. This one is red. And I made a video yesterday explaining that Google is now, it's only been a few days since the 3rd of March, but now Google is taking into account these performance metrics, and especially the what they call the core web vitals, which make up for the page experience. They take that into account for ranking on Google. So if you have a slow website, you're going to lose out on your ranking on Google. So you're going to get less traffic because of that. The second thing is having a slow to load website like this is too long, 2.8 seconds, that's really too long. This is going to create a lot of immediate bounces. So people get on the website, doesn't load very quickly, they leave off immediately. So out of your 1,000 sessions, I'd be curious to see what's the average session length and what's the bounce rate as well. Although bounce rate could be someone staying for a few minutes and then leaving. But I'd be curious to see that because the slowness might hurt and might cause some people to leave immediately. So there you're also losing some opportunities for people to add to cart or buy product. And for desktop, the score is quite okay. It's 81. That's can do better, but that's okay. On mobile, however, it's absolutely improvable. 29. So it's you must do better. Okay. So you have a lot of problems. You see here it takes 13 seconds to load the full content of the first, what they call contentful pane, so the first visible image. It takes way too long to load on mobile, and mobile users are way more likely to leave immediately if there's a slow loading time. So I think you absolutely need to fix that. The good news is Google tells you exactly what to do and which things to sort in order of the most important to the least important. So I made the full video on that yesterday. The link will be in the description. The last thing I wanted to show you is I checked with so this is the Google Chrome console. I checked the checkout page, and it's also super slow to load. You see here I'm trying to show you, I purposely slowed down the connection. You can do that on Google Chrome. You can mimic what would happen on a slow 3G connection. This is what would happen. You see these buttons, we don't really understand what's going on. It takes a long time to load. You have some effects, then they disappear, then they will appear again. You have a bunch of errors appear. So, all of that is perhaps costing you some sales, okay? Okay, and finally they appear, and you had 4 buttons, now you only have 3. So there's something strange happening, and this might be costing you sales, especially on mobile. If the checkout page is too slow on mobile, a lot of traffic bounces and leaves that stage. So although I said at the beginning that your add to cart to conversion transformation rate is actually okay, that doesn't mean you can't improve it, right? I think you should strive for more than average. And if you do that, this would compensate the lower than average add to cart rate. And so I made also a video on that topic, which stated that although 2/3 of the e-commerce website traffic comes from mobile these days, only 1/3 of sales come from mobile. So there's really a big difference. I'd be curious to see your figures if you're willing to share, but that means that you're losing out a ton of sales potential on mobile because most frequently the mobile experience is bad. So page is too slow to load, there are graphical bugs, things do not inspire confidence, and they just leave. And the video in which I go through this study said that by changing a few things on your mobile checkout and making the website a bit faster and correcting a few things on the forms, you can actually multiply by 3 your mobile sales. Okay, so that's a lot of sales that you shouldn't pass on. Okay, so hopefully you learned a few things from this review. I wish you a lot of success. I think it's already good that you're getting some sales, and your checkout, although it should be a bit faster, it's actually not bad. Like the design, I like it a lot. I think it's quite good compared to the average mobile checkout. So even though you can still do better, it's already quite good, which is why I think you're getting a good add to cart to conversion rate. But you should do better on the rest of the website. If you fix the little items I pointed out, I have no doubts from these 25 add to carts you can get up to 40 to 80, which would be the average. If you do that, it means each of your ads is going to be more profitable, because for the same amount of money that you spend to generate a visit, you're going to get more money in terms of sales. So I wish you a lot of success. If you'd like a more detailed analysis of your website, your analytics, your marketing strategy, your advertising setup, feel free to book a call with me. There will be a link in the description below. To celebrate the recent release of the Ad360 app for Shopify, we're offering a ton of free services at the moment. It's a way for us to get our name out there, to get more well-known, and to help businesses be successful. There's no commitment, no strings attached. You don't have to use the app to benefit from the service. It's just a way for us to help businesses be more successful, grow. And as you grow and become more successful, we believe that you'll remember us, and that you're likely to want to come to us if you want to implement retargeting ads. And that's the last thing I wanted to discuss. Retargeting, to come back to your question, what can you do to convert those checkout into sales? The easiest way to do that is actually through retargeting. So even though your abandoned cart rate is actually average, actually slightly better than average. It doesn't mean you can't do anything about all these abandoned carts. So 3 of 4 people abandon their carts and never come back to your website. The easiest way to turn these into sales is through retargeting. So retargeting is the process of showing ads specifically to those people who've been on your website but haven't purchased yet. These ads are personalized. They're going to show and showcase, highlight the product that they've seen on your website. And we're going to show them these ads in relevant times, at relevant places, all over the web, not only on social media or Google, but also independent websites, news websites, blogs, and in mobile apps, whether it's game, business, productivity apps, or sports, foodie apps, whatever. We can show them these ads at the right time, the right moment, to bring them back on the website. And retargeting has been proven to be the most efficient form of advertising, with a return on ad spend of in average 1,000%. So that's for every dollar you put on the table, you get $10 back. So it's super efficient, super affordable, because instead of showing ads to everybody, you're targeting the exact people who are most likely to buy from you because they're warm prospects who already know your brand, they've seen your product, they like them enough to put them in the cart, and you want to bring these people back to the website so that they can convert. If you want to learn more about that, you can book a free demo of Ad360. I'd be super happy to show you how we can help you easily implement retargeting all over the web and mobile apps in addition to Google and Facebook. And you can manage all these ads in one place from Ad360. Okay, so looking forward to speaking to you soon. Have a good day. I wish you a lot of success. Bye.